The most important battle of our time isn't fought with weapons, it's fought with influence, technology, and economics. The United States and China are at the heart of a silent global competition, one that could shape the world's future for decades to come. In this video, we'll look at the rise of this rivalry, how it began, what drives it, and what it means for all of us. Over the last 4 decades, China has undergone one of the most remarkable economic transformations in modern history. In the late 1970s, China was still primarily an agricultural society with limited industrial output and a relatively small presence in global trade. However, through a series of economic reforms, opening its markets to foreign investment and embracing large-scale manufacturing, it rapidly shifted from an emerging market into the world's second largest economy. China's industrial growth has been extraordinary. It became the manufacturing hub of the world, producing everything from electronics and clothing to automobiles and high-speed trains. This manufacturing strength has not only fueled its exports, but also created millions of jobs, lifted hundreds of millions of people out of poverty, and increased its influence in international trade. Large-scale infrastructure projects have played a key role in this rise. China has built some of the world's most advanced transportation networks, including extensive high-speed rail lines, modern highways, and massive urban developments. Domestically, this infrastructure has connected cities, boosted regional economies, and facilitated the movement of goods and people at unprecedented speed. Internationally, initiatives like the Belt and Road have extended China's reach far beyond its borders. Launched in 2013, the Belt and Road Initiative focuses on building roads, railways, ports, and energy pipelines across Asia, Africa, and Europe. By financing and constructing these projects, China strengthens its trade routes, secures resources, and builds long-term partnerships with participating countries. Technological advancements have also been central to China's growth. In recent years, it has made significant progress in industries such as 5G networks, renewable energy, electric vehicles, and artificial intelligence. These innovations are helping China move from being primarily a manufacturing powerhouse to becoming a leader in high-tech industries. From a nation once dependent on basic exports, China has transformed into a global economic heavyweight, a change that has redefined the balance of power in the 21st century. The United States remains one of the most influential powers in the world, with strengths in innovation, finance, and military capability. It leads in industries such as aerospace, pharmaceuticals, and higher education, and maintains strong alliances that stretch from Europe to Asia. The U.S. also plays a key role in shaping global policies on trade, climate, and security. The United States and China maintain one of the most significant economic relationships in the world. China has become a primary manufacturing hub for countless American companies, producing everything from consumer electronics and clothing to medical equipment and automobiles. This manufacturing capability allows American businesses to reduce costs, increase production efficiency, and meet global demand at competitive prices. At the same time, the United States is one of the largest and most valuable markets for Chinese goods. American consumers purchase a wide range of products made in China, from everyday household items to advanced electronics. This trade relationship has fueled growth on both sides, with billions of dollars in goods and services exchanged annually. However, in recent years, both nations have taken steps to reduce their dependence on one another. The U.S. has explored shifting some manufacturing to other countries or back to domestic facilities, aiming to protect supply chains from potential disruptions. China, in turn, has focused on strengthening its domestic consumer market and expanding trade partnerships with other regions, reducing its reliance on the U.S. market. This evolving dynamic has created a competitive but still interconnected economic landscape. While strategic competition drives both nations to become more self-reliant, the reality is that their economies remain tied together through complex supply chains, mutual investment, and shared global markets. Any major shift in this relationship has the potential to ripple across the global economy, affecting industries, jobs, and trade patterns worldwide. The quiet rivalry between the United States and China is perhaps most visible in the race for technological leadership and global influence. Both nations recognize that advanced technology is not only an economic driver, but also a key factor in shaping future global power. In the field of artificial intelligence, China has made rapid progress, integrating AI into industries such as manufacturing, healthcare, and transportation, while the U.S. continues to lead in research innovation, software development, and advanced chip design. This competition extends into renewable energy, where both countries are investing billions in solar power, wind energy, and electric vehicle production, aiming to dominate the clean technology markets of the future. Space exploration is another area of focus. The United States, through NASA and private companies, continues to push boundaries in space travel, satellite technology, and Mars exploration. China, meanwhile, has launched successful lunar missions, built its own space station, and is planning deep space projects, demonstrating its growing capabilities in this arena. Beyond technology, both nations are working to expand their influence globally through trade agreements, infrastructure projects, cultural programs, and educational exchanges. They are strengthening ties with countries in Asia, Africa, Latin America, and beyond. These relationships are not just about economics. They help shape global standards, policies, and public opinion. In this way, technology and influence have become the new frontiers of competition, with each nation striving to set the pace for innovation while shaping the rules of the 21st century global order. Experts widely agree that the relationship between the United States and China will remain one of the most important factors in shaping the global order over the coming decades. The competition between the two powers is unlikely to disappear. Both have strategic, economic, and technological ambitions that naturally place them in parallel yet rival positions. However, alongside competition, there are also significant opportunities for cooperation. Global challenges such as climate change, public health crisis, and food security cannot be solved by one nation alone. The U.S. and China are among the largest contributors to greenhouse gas emissions, but they are also leaders in renewable energy innovation. Collaborating on clean technology, sustainable practices, and environmental policies could create shared benefits for the planet. In public health, both countries have advanced medical research capabilities and extensive production capacities for pharmaceuticals and vaccines. Future health emergencies like pandemics could see the two nations working together to share data, develop treatments, and coordinate global responses. Scientific research presents another potential bridge. From space exploration to artificial intelligence ethics, joint projects could set international standards and push the boundaries of what humanity can achieve. The direction of U.S.-China relations will have a profound impact not only on their own citizens, but on the stability and prosperity of the entire world. If cooperation and mutual respect take precedence, the result could be an era of unprecedented innovation and problem solving. If rivalry dominates, the world may face increased division, uncertainty, and economic volatility. Ultimately, the path these two nations choose will help define the political, economic, and environmental landscape of the 21st century, a decision that will affect all of us no matter where we live. The story of America and China is far from over. In many ways, we are witnessing only one chapter of a much longer narrative, a story that has the potential to define the century we live in. From economics and technology to diplomacy and global influence, every move made by Washington and Beijing will ripple across borders, shaping markets, alliances, and the daily lives of billions. The ending to this story is not set in stone. It could be one of greater collaboration, where competition drives innovation, but mutual respect and shared goals lead to solutions for humanity's biggest challenges. In such a world, the United States and China could work side by side on climate change, disease prevention, technological ethics, and the exploration of space, turning rivalry into a catalyst for progress. But it could also take a different path, one of deepening division. If mistrust outweighs cooperation, trade barriers could rise, technological systems could split into isolated networks, and global alliances could harden into opposing camps. This scenario would not only affect the two nations involved, but could create instability that touches every part of the globe. In the end, the decisions made in the years ahead by leaders, by policymakers, and by societies themselves will determine the tone of this relationship. It's a choice between building bridges or digging trenches. So what do you think? Is the world heading toward unity driven by shared challenges and common interests, or toward rivalry shaped by competition and division? Let us know in the comments below. And if you value content that helps you understand these complex global issues, remember to subscribe, and stay informed, because the story isn't over yet and you'll want to see how it unfolds.